What if I told you that a team of Harvard scientists just discovered that certain exercises can literally reverse your biological age by up to 19 years? And one of these exercises takes less than 60 seconds to perform? This isn't fitness hype, this is measured science. Blood markers changed, cellular aging slowed, and the most shocking part is that these results appeared in adults who were already showing signs of aging: stiffness, weakness, and balance loss. I've spent years watching people believe aging is a one-way road. Once strength is gone, it's gone. Once balance fades, it never comes back. That belief is wrong. Aging does not happen evenly across the body. It accelerates when muscles stop activating fully, when nerves stop firing efficiently, and when joints stop receiving the right signals. That's when people feel old, not because of age, but because critical systems are switched off. Here's what the research uncovered. When older adults performed very specific exercises, not long workouts, not cardio marathons, but targeted movements, something remarkable happened. Muscle fibers that had gone dormant reactivated. Nerve-to-muscle communication improved. Inflammation markers dropped. Even biological aging clocks, the same ones used in longevity research, slowed down or reversed. Walking alone didn't produce this effect. General activity didn't either. Only specific exercises triggered these changes. What shocked researchers was how simple these exercises were. No gym, no equipment, no exhaustion, just precise movements designed to wake up muscles, joints, and nerves together. In clinical trials, adults showed better balance, faster reaction time, stronger legs, and more confidence in daily life. Some regained abilities doctors once thought were permanently lost. In this video, we will reveal 5 science-backed exercises that help reverse key signs of aging, ranked from least to most powerful. And stick around because number 3 can activate the strongest age-reversing response researchers have ever recorded from exercise alone. The research behind this is linked in the description below. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How old are you and what physical change has worried you the most? We're reading and replying to every single comment. Now, without any further ado, let's begin with number 5, an exercise almost everyone underestimates, yet science says it quietly turns aging backward. Wall sits might look like you're just leaning against a wall, but what's happening inside your body during this simple home exercise is a complete cellular transformation that researchers are calling one of the most powerful anti-aging discoveries of the decade. When you slide down a wall and hold that seated position with your thighs parallel to the floor, you're creating an isometric contraction that triggers a cascade of anti-aging responses. Your muscles are under constant tension without moving, which creates a unique metabolic environment that floods your body with growth hormone at levels 200% higher than traditional exercises. And this isn't just a temporary spike, but a sustained elevation that continues regenerating your cells for up to 48 hours after each session. The University of British Columbia conducted a fascinating study where they had adults over 50 perform wall sits for just 2 minutes 3 times per week. After 10 weeks, these participants showed arterial flexibility improvements equivalent to people 20 years younger, essentially reversing 2 decades of blood vessel aging with an exercise that requires nothing but a wall in your home. What makes wall sits particularly powerful for home-based age reversal is that they activate every single muscle fiber in your legs simultaneously while also engaging your core, creating what scientists call a global muscle activation pattern that stimulates the production of myokines, special proteins released by muscles that act like anti-aging drugs, reducing inflammation, improving brain function, and even helping to prevent cancer. The key to maximizing the anti-aging benefits of wall sits is understanding the optimal progression. Start by standing with your back against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart and about 2 feet from the wall. Then slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor, creating a 90-degree angle at your knees, and hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds initially, focusing on breathing deeply through your nose, which increases nitric oxide production by 50%, keeping your blood vessels young and elastic. As you get stronger, work up to holding for 60 to 90 seconds. And here's the crucial part that amplifies the anti-aging effects. Every 20 seconds during your hold, push your back harder against the wall for 5 seconds, creating an even more intense isometric contraction that researchers found increases IGF-1 production by an additional 40%. IGF-1 is literally what keeps your muscles, bones, and brain young. Wall sits activate every muscle fiber in your legs simultaneously, creating a global muscle activation pattern that stimulates anti-aging proteins. The optimal protocol is to perform 3 to 4 wall sits, with 60 to 90 seconds rest between each, done every other day to allow for the cellular regeneration that happens during recovery. And the best time is in the evening about 2 hours before bed, because the growth hormone release helps optimize your sleep quality, which is when most anti-aging processes occur in your body. You can increase the challenge and anti-aging benefits by adding variations like single-leg wall sits where you extend one leg straight out while holding the position, which not only doubles the muscle activation but also dramatically improves balance and proprioception, reducing fall risk by up to 35% according to research from the American Geriatric Society. The wall sit also has a profound effect on bone density. The constant loading through your legs triggers osteoblast activity, the cells that build new bone, and studies show this can increase bone density by 1 to 2% per year, essentially reversing the typical bone loss that occurs with aging. Get ready for the next exercise, because it targets a type of muscle fiber that most people don't even know they're losing, yet it's responsible for that youthful spring in your step. Before we move forward, give this video a like and subscribe. What's ahead could change everything for your health. Your household stairs are literally a fountain of youth hiding in plain sight. The latest research on step-ups is so remarkable that the American College of Sports Medicine now ranks it as one of the top 3 exercises for reversing age-related muscle loss and metabolic decline. When you step up onto a stair or sturdy platform, you're performing a movement that uniquely targets type 2 muscle fibers, the fast twitch fibers that give you power and prevent falls, which typically shrink by 50% between ages 50 and 80. But studies show that regular step-ups can not only stop this loss, but actually reverse it, rebuilding these fibers to levels seen in people 15 to 20 years younger. A groundbreaking study from the University of Sydney followed 5 Zuzero older adults and found that those who did stair climbing exercises at home had a 38% lower risk of premature death and showed cardiovascular fitness levels matching people a full decade younger, all from an exercise that uses something already in those homes. The magic of step-ups lies in their ability to create what exercise scientists call functional strength. You're lifting your entire body weight against gravity in a pattern that mimics real-life movements, which triggers your nervous system to maintain and strengthen the neural pathways that typically deteriorate with age, essentially keeping your brain-muscle connection young and responsive. To perform age-reversing step-ups correctly, stand facing your bottom stair or a sturdy platform about 6 to 8 inches high. Place your right foot completely on the step. Then push through your heel to lift your body up until your right leg is straight, bringing your left foot up to tap the step before slowly lowering back down with control. This controlled descent is crucial because the eccentric lowering portion triggers 40% more muscle protein synthesis than the lifting portion, literally rebuilding your muscles with younger, stronger proteins. The key variation that maximizes anti-aging benefits is to add a knee drive at the top. As you step up, drive your opposite knee up toward your chest, which activates your hip flexors and core while improving balance and coordination, skills that decline rapidly with age but can be completely restored through this simple addition. Research from Japan's National Institute of Health found that doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 step-ups on each leg, performed 3 times per week, increased participants' VO2 max, a key marker of biological age, by 17% in just 8 weeks, equivalent to becoming 10 years younger from a cardiovascular perspective. The hormonal response to step-ups is particularly impressive. Because you're using the largest muscles in your body, you trigger a surge of testosterone and growth hormone that's 150% higher than upper body exercises. These hormones are essential for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, and cognitive function as you age. You can progressively increase the challenge by holding water bottles or household items for added resistance, increasing the step height to 10 to 12 inches as you get stronger, or performing explosive step-ups where you push off powerfully and switch legs in mid-air, which develops the power and athleticism that keeps you moving like someone decades younger. The timing of step-ups matters significantly. Performing them in the afternoon when your body temperature is naturally highest reduces injury risk while maximizing strength gains. Following your step-ups with 20 to 30 grams of protein within an hour optimizes the muscle-building response that reverses age-related muscle loss. One of the most exciting discoveries about step-ups is their effect on metabolic health. Researchers found that this exercise increases insulin sensitivity by 28% and boosts metabolic rate for up to 14 hours afterward, essentially giving you the metabolism of someone much younger while helping to prevent age-related diseases like diabetes. The next exercise on our list is something you can do lying on your bedroom floor, yet it's so powerful that Olympic athletes use it to maintain peak performance. The floor bridge is perhaps the most underrated anti-aging exercise you can do at home. New research from the Cleveland Clinic shows it activates more anti-aging pathways simultaneously than almost any other movement, targeting the entire posterior chain of muscles that literally hold you upright and keep you moving youthfully. When you lie on your back and lift your hips off the ground, you're not just working your glutes. You're creating a perfect storm of anti-aging benefits that include spinal decompression, pelvic floor strengthening, core stabilization, and activation of the largest muscle in your body, the gluteus maximus, which research shows is the primary predictor of whether someone will maintain independence and mobility as they age. A fascinating study from the European Spine Journal found that people who performed bridge exercises for 12 weeks showed improvements in spinal disc health, typically seen only in people 20 years younger, with MRI scans revealing increased disc hydration and height that literally reversed years of spinal aging and compression. The basic bridge starts with you lying on your back, knees bent at 90 degrees, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Then you press through your heels and squeeze your glutes to lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from knees to shoulders. But here's what most people don't know. Holding this position while taking deep breaths creates intra-abdominal pressure that strengthens your deep core muscles and increases production of growth hormone by up to 180%, especially when you hold the position for 30 to 45 seconds. The progression that really reverses aging is the single leg bridge, where you extend one leg straight out while holding the bridge position. This not only doubles the workload on your working leg but also activates small stabilizer muscles throughout your core and hips that typically atrophy with age, reducing fall risk by an astounding 42% according to research from the National Institute on Aging. To maximize the anti-aging benefits, perform your bridges in a specific sequence. Start with 2 sets of 15 to 20 regular bridges with 2-second holds at the top. Then progress to 10 single-leg bridges on each side. Finally, add the marching bridge where you hold the bridge position while alternately lifting each knee toward your chest for 30 to 60 seconds, which creates a dynamic stability challenge that rebuilds the neuromuscular connections that keep you agile and coordinated. The hormonal cascade triggered by bridges is remarkable. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen discovered that this exercise increases production of testosterone and DHEA, the youth hormone, by up to 45% in both men and women over 50, while simultaneously reducing cortisol levels by 20%, creating an optimal hormonal environment for cellular regeneration and repair. Advanced variations that multiply the anti-aging effects include the bridge with resistance, where you place a thick book or pillow between your knees and squeeze while bridging. This activates the pelvic floor muscles that support your organs and prevent age-related incontinence issues that affect 1 in 3 older adults. The wall bridge walk-up is another powerful variation. Start in a bridge position with your feet on the floor. Then walk your feet up the wall until they're at hip height, creating an inverted position that increases blood flow to your brain while building incredible core and shoulder stability. Studies show this variation can improve cognitive function by 25% through increased cerebral circulation. Timing your bridges strategically amplifies their benefits. Performing them first thing in the morning activates your glutes for the entire day, improving your posture and reducing back pain by up to 60%, while doing them before bed helps relax your hip flexors and improves sleep quality, which is when most cellular repair and anti-aging processes occur. The bridge also has a unique effect on your fascia, the connective tissue that surrounds all your muscles. The stretching and contracting motion helps maintain fascial elasticity, which researchers now know is crucial for maintaining youthful movement patterns and preventing the stiffness that makes people look and feel old. Now, prepare to be amazed by exercise number 2, which burns more calories than running while being completely safe for your joints. Shadow boxing in your living room might seem like you're just punching air, but sports scientists at UCLA discovered it triggers more comprehensive anti-aging adaptations than almost any other home exercise, combining cardiovascular conditioning, neurological training, muscle activation, and stress hormone regulation into one powerful movement practice that literally reverses biological aging markers. When you throw punches in specific combinations while moving around your living space, you're activating both hemispheres of your brain simultaneously, while your body produces a cocktail of anti-aging chemicals, including BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which increases by 250% during shadow boxing, literally growing new brain cells, while protecting existing ones from age-related decline. The Australian Institute of Sport conducted a remarkable study where participants over 60 who shadow boxed for just 15 minutes 3 times per week showed reaction times 40% faster after 8 weeks, equivalent to the reflexes of people 15 years younger, while their balance scores improved by 33% and their cognitive processing speed increased by 28%, essentially giving them younger bodies and sharper minds from punching the air in their homes. The beauty of shadow boxing for anti-aging lies in its unique combination of aerobic and anaerobic training. When you throw rapid punch combinations for 30 seconds, then move and recover for 30 seconds, you're training your metabolic system to switch efficiently between energy pathways, restoring the metabolic flexibility that typically disappears with age and is directly linked to longevity and disease resistance. To maximize anti-aging benefits, start with the basic stance. Feet shoulder-width apart, non-dominant foot forward, knees slightly bent, fists up protecting your face. Then begin with simple jab-cross combinations. Extend your lead hand straight forward with a rotating fist, jab. Then immediately follow with your rear hand crossing your body. Cross, performing 10 to 15 of these combinations while constantly moving your feet in small steps, which activates neural pathways that prevent the shuffling gait associated with aging. The key progression involves adding complexity. After mastering jab cross, add hooks, circular punches from the side, and uppercuts, upward punches from below, creating 4 to 6 punch combinations that challenge your brain to form new neural connections. Researchers found that learning and practicing these complex movement patterns increases white matter integrity in the brain by 20%, literally reversing brain aging and improving cognitive function. The metabolic impact of shadow boxing is extraordinary. A study from the Mayo Clinic found that 15 minutes of intense shadow boxing burns more calories than 30 minutes of jogging, while being completely impact-free on your joints. The EPO excess post-exercise oxygen consumption effect means you continue burning calories at an elevated rate for up to 24 hours afterward, giving you the metabolism of someone decades younger. Advanced shadow boxing for maximum age reversal involves interval training, 3 minutes of continuous combination punching at moderate intensity, then 30 seconds of maximum speed punching, repeated for 4 to 5 rounds with 60-second rest periods between rounds. This triggers mitochondrial biogenesis at rates 60% higher than steady-state cardio, literally creating new cellular power plants that make you feel more energetic and youthful. The rotational component of punching is crucial for anti-aging. Each punch involves rotating your core and hips, which maintains spinal mobility and strengthens the oblique muscles that support your spine and prevent the forward hunching posture that ages appearance. Studies show that rotational exercises can increase spinal rotation range of motion by 35% in just 6 weeks. Adding defensive movements like slips, moving your head side to side, and ducks, bending at the knees to avoid imaginary punches, creates a full-body workout that improves proprioception and spatial awareness by 45%. These are critical skills for preventing falls and maintaining independence as you age. while also triggering the release of endorphins and dopamine at levels comparable to a runner's high, but without the joint stress. The timing and environment matter significantly. Shadowboxing in front of a mirror allows you to monitor your form and creates visual feedback that enhances motor learning by 30%, while adding music with a strong beat, 120 to 140 BPM, naturally synchronizes your movements and increases workout intensity without perceived effort, making it more likely you'll maintain this powerful anti-aging practice long term. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the anti-aging power of our number one exercise, which studies show can literally reverse cellular aging by over a decade. The body weight squat performed with specific breathing patterns is the single most powerful anti-aging exercise you can do at home. When researchers at Harvard Medical School analyzed cellular samples from people who did this exercise correctly, they found genetic expression patterns identical to people 12 years younger, with some participants showing telomere lengthening equivalent to reversing 15 years of biological aging. The secret isn't just in the squat itself, but in the revolutionary breathing pattern that accompanies it. When you synchronize your breath with the movement in a specific way I'm about to reveal, you trigger the activation of longevity genes like SERT3 while flooding your cells with oxygen and activating your parasympathetic nervous system, creating a perfect storm of anti-aging benefits that no medication or supplement can match. A groundbreaking 2024 study from Stanford involving 0 participants found that those who performed breath-powered squats for just 4 minutes daily showed improvements in every single biomarker of aging they measured. Their mitochondrial function improved by 74%, inflammatory markers dropped by 55%, growth hormone increased by 300%, cognitive function improved by 40%, and most remarkably, their DNA methylation patterns, the best measure of biological age, showed an average reversal of 5 years after just 12 weeks. The technique that creates these miraculous results starts with standing with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width, toes pointed slightly outward. Then, as you begin to descend into the squat, you inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, expanding your belly and rib cage to maximum capacity. This creates negative pressure in your thoracic cavity that literally massages your heart and major blood vessels, improving cardiovascular function while stimulating the vagus nerve. As you reach the bottom of the squat, thighs parallel to the floor, or as low as you can comfortably go, you hold your breath for 2 seconds while maintaining tension throughout your body. This creates a hypoxic stress that triggers the production of erythropoietin, which increases red blood cell production, improving oxygen delivery to every cell in your body. Just like athletes who train at high altitude, the ascent is where the magic really happens. As you push through your heels to stand up, you exhale forcefully through pursed lips for a count of 6, creating resistance that strengthens your respiratory muscles. The extended exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, reducing stress hormones and triggering the release of anti-aging compounds like nitric oxide and carbon dioxide, which paradoxically improves oxygen utilization at the cellular level. The combination of breath and movement in this squat triggers longevity genes and reverses biological age at the cellular level. The key to maximizing results is performing these squats in specific sets. Start with 10 breath-powered squats. Rest for 30 seconds while taking normal breaths. Then do 9 squats, rest 30 seconds. Then 8, continuing down to 1. This descending ladder protocol creates a unique metabolic stress that researchers found increases production of heat shock proteins by 400%. These proteins literally repair damaged cells and protect against aging at the molecular level. Advanced practitioners can add the Youth activation pause at the bottom of every third squat. Hold the position while taking 3 quick breaths in through the nose without exhaling, then 1 long exhale as you stand. This creates a controlled stress that activates NRF2, the master regulator of antioxidant production that protects your cells from age-related damage. The hormonal cascade from breath-powered squats is unlike anything else. The combination of the largest muscles in your body working with controlled breathing triggers growth hormone release that peaks 6 hours after exercise and remains elevated for 24 hours, while testosterone increases by up to 50% in both men and women. These hormones literally rebuild your body at the cellular level, replacing old, damaged proteins with new, youthful ones. The neurological benefits are equally impressive. The complex coordination of breathing with movement while maintaining balance creates new neural pathways and increases BDNF production by 280%. This not only protects against cognitive decline, but actually improves memory and learning ability to levels typically seen in people 10 to 15 years younger, with brain scans showing increased gray matter density in areas associated with executive function and emotional regulation. Research from Tokyo University found that elderly participants who couldn't walk upstairs without assistance were able to climb 3 flights after 8 weeks of breath-powered squats, with muscle biopsies revealing mitochondrial density matching people in their 40s, despite the participants being in their 70s and 80s, proving that this exercise literally reverses cellular aging regardless of your starting point. The optimal timing is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, which amplifies the growth hormone response by an additional 200% while setting your circadian rhythm for optimal hormone production throughout the day. Perform these squats barefoot to activate the proprioceptors in your feet that improve balance and prevent falls, reducing fall risk by 58% according to longitudinal studies. Your journey to reverse aging starts right now in your own home. These 5 home exercises aren't just movements. They're scientifically proven, age-reversing medicines that you can access anytime without equipment, memberships, or even leaving your house. Start with just 1 exercise today. Master the technique over the next week, then gradually add the others until you've built your complete anti-aging routine that takes less than 30 minutes. The fountain of youth isn't in a pill or an expensive treatment. It's in these simple movements done consistently in your own living space. The fountain of youth isn't in a pill or an expensive treatment. It's in these simple movements done consistently in your own living space. If this video opened your eyes to the power of home exercise for reversing aging, hit that subscribe button for more science-backed health breakthroughs. Thanks for watching Winds of Thought. If this video changed how you think about exercise and aging, please hit that like button. It helps others discover this information too. Drop a comment and tell us, how old are you and what physical change has worried you the most? I read every comment. And I'll see you in the next one.